Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Woodshop. This is Arlene once again, and I know it's been a little bit of time between projects. I think about my last project was about 3 weeks ago or so, somewhere around there. And sometimes coming up with new ideas, it's kind of difficult to figure out exactly what to do next because I've done so many different projects and I don't really want to copy somebody else's work, which I try not to do. I don't think I have. Most of what I do is basically my own designs. So sometimes I get into a dry period where I can't really think of anything new and exciting to do. So the last week or so, something kept popping in my head called the Scarecrow. Okay, with harvest being here, I was walking through some of the stores this past week shopping, and some of the gift places had scarecrows. And when that came to my head a couple of times, and a friend of mine said, "Why don't you do a scarecrow if you're looking for something new to do?" And I thought, you know, that maybe confirmed what I was thinking. So I'm going to attempt to do a cone scarecrow. So let's get the measurements of this up and running today, so you know exactly what you're dealing with the block. It's just about 4 1/4 inches long, 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and I think it's a 3/4, well, a little better than 3/4 of an inch square at the top. So the first thing I had to do was, when I have a project in my mind, I go to Google and I look up photographs of whatever I'm looking for, and I began looking up scarecrows, and I came up with so many different variations of scarecrows. So what we're going to do is we're just going to plow ahead here, and we're going to try this out and see how it works. So what I first did was come down just about, let's see how long that is. Let's get my other nifty little thing here. Just about 3/4, not quite that, 3/4 of an inch from the top. I'm going to notch it, and we're going to have hair coming out, and it's going to be a fairly simple face. It's not going to be anything dramatic, so to speak. So, you know, we're going to have to do a lot to this hat, but the first thing I want to do is I want to tilt the hat back a little bit. So from here we're going to go, we're just going to go back a little bit, okay? We're just going to put whatever it is here should be, if that's 3/4 of an inch at the top here, it should be 3/4 of an inch from the base up, okay, right there, or a little bit better. So technically from here to there, that should be cut off. Alright, we're going to do a little more, I'll try to do some more measurements here for people that really want a little more detail, but I usually kind of just look at it and say, okay, this is where I need to cut it, and I realize it doesn't cut it for some of you, so to speak. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know where my other knife is. Here it is. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to start chopping this portion off at the top, okay? We're just going to bring this down a little bit. Alright. Doesn't have to be exact, but we want it at an angle. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray this a little bit just to make this a little bit easier for me. You can tell I hadn't used this for a while. I haven't gotten a lot of carving done simply because of the working around the farm here and trying to fix some stuff on my buildings here and such. Has me pretty busy with fall coming. It's still hot here in PA. Can't wait for colder weather. I'm sorry for those people that love the hot weather. I just have not enjoyed the hot weather this year at all. But anyway, I hope that that you enjoyed your summer. But anyway, I'm looking forward to a nice fall. And when September hits, I feel like it's fall, even though it's still technically summer. So what we're going to do is go down. We've narrowed this down We're going to notch this out. Each corner we're going to just notch it out, and you're not going to bring it down too far, but we're going to just kind of notch that out and right underneath. Okay, up here we're going to notch it out. And we're going to do each corner that way. Alright, we're just going to notch that out. Because his nose is going to come out from underneath there, and I'll show you that in just a second here. And then we're going to match these up. Take your point of your knife and put a stop cut in. We're just going to kind of go around here and kind of mark this off with the knife where we have those lines made up. Stop cuts are very handy. If you're very new to it, all it is it's taking your knife and taking the point of your knife, making a line or dig it in a little bit, and that's where you want your stop, where your cut is supposed to stop. Okay, see, it stops right there. If it doesn't free up, go back and recut it with the tip of the knife, or you know, try not to pry it out. If you end up prying it out, you might take some of the other carving along with it, you know, the block or the wood with it. So, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start on each side. I'm going to start trimming this up from, I'm not going to go down too far. We're going to leave about 1/8 of an inch there, and we're just going to bring this back. The hat on a scarecrow can be pointy, it can be a little bit flat at the top. Scarecrows, you know, if you do a history on scarecrows, whatever clothing they had available at the time, you know, to make a scarecrow is what they used. And to make it look like the farmer or somebody working out in the field. So we're going to bring this up. We're going to do more of a, and then we'll round off the corners. Because when I looked at the hats, they were definitely not more of a point. So we're going to go here and we're going to just kind of work all your points off, and then you go back and redo it again. But alright. And we're not going to make it into an absolute point. We're going to kind of round it off a little bit when we get to the top there. But I'll give it a little bit of a brim when we get to that point. Alright, so just go around and, okay, we're going to round this up a little bit more, but you'll see it when we get further here. Alright, I'm going to stop and we'll be right back.